In the year 2009, the world woke up to a boyish-looking gentleman in the island of Madagascar. His name, Andry Rajoelina. He had become the president of Madagascar, short of 35 years of age, making him the youngest president in the world. Now, how did he get into power? You all know this story. By the help of a military coup, he managed to storm into government, into power. And so he became the president of the High Transition Authority, HTA, making him serve a term of 5 years. And after 5 years, of course, he left office, but he came back in 2018, now elected. Now, in 2018, he served again a term of 5 years, and he came back again in 2023 when he won the elections. Now, 2 years into his second term, this very year of 2025, there has been unrest in this island. There has been protests, this time led by the youth, the Gen Z. We've seen the same protest sweep over Africa, starting in Kenya, Morocco, Madagascar, everywhere. And it's a trend because the youth are tired of the status quo. The youth are tired of the rhetoric, the old promises that are never fulfilled, and now they want change. And change is demanded. Now this has led to the protests, the rise of protests all over Africa. And I'm seeing this now sweeping the entire continent, where people are tired of the old ways of doing things. Now back to Madagascar, Rajoelina faces a crisis. Antananarivo blew up in the flames of protests. And not only the capital city, but the entire nation. There has been riots, there has been protests. Now, there were power outages and water shortages, and this led to the riots. Now, the people are tired, not only the youth. Now, they demand for the resignation of Rajoelina. Where does this 2009 story come from? Rajoelina was a youth at the time, and he entered into government by the use of the military, ousting the then President Marc Ravalomanana, where people were tired at the time. And he posed himself as the solution. This time, the youth are now tired of him, and they demand for his resignation. He still hasn't bowed down to that pressure. He still isn't convinced that he should step down. He thinks he's the right guy for the job. He thinks he's the guy with the solutions. And now he's calling everyone to the dialogue table where they can try to solve this crisis that has been going on. But the youth are still unshaken. The youth are undeterred, and they still demand for his resignation. They say, whether you dissolve the government, yeah, he dissolved the government. He is now appointed a Major General as the PM, the Prime Minister. But they're still undeterred. They say that that is not the solution. You are the problem. Now, Rajoelina, entered power by force, but now he's also being forced to leave power. I'm watching from the sidelines. What's it gonna be? Is he going to bow down to pressure and step aside? Or he's still going to just give a deaf ear? There's a trend. There is a resounding clarion call. The need for change. The youth have risen. The bells have rung. The alarm is ringing. Change, change, change. Madagascar, we are watching.